What's happening, Toledo? I'm Faith Atkins, and joining me in studio today are the lovely founders of 419, Drew and Winter, an organization dedicated to celebrating running in the Glass City. Drew, Winter, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Okay, so now for the people who don't know what 419 is, tell me, what is it about, and how did this organization, get birthed?
So a couple years ago, actually, during the beginning of quarantine, we were inspired by the phrase 419 to come up with a design, and it just kind of took off. We've been running now together for about 3-4 years, and we were just really welcomed into the running community. And not that they had a choice in the matter, but we came in and we were welcomed with open arms, and just really liked this design, and then everybody else kind of picked it up too and really liked it and kind of thought, what is this? What are you doing with it? And we've just kind of been building it as we go. As people's needs need to be met, then we're trying to meet those needs, and just kind of really supporting the running community like they've supported us, not just in Toledo, but in the whole 419 area code.
So I was just going to say, we're the kind of like the cheerleaders, just to support everyone. We have friends that are elite runners, we have friends that walk, and everyone in between. We have friends that have been guide runners for visually impaired people. We have friends that run with autism, friends that do triathlons, and we just love to celebrate everyone and their accomplishments, big and small, the friends that ran Boston, Glass City, and just the ones that, did their couch to 5K and finished it, which is how we started.
Or just getting started, because we know how it is to just get started, and nobody's ever made us feel inferior or they're just happy we're out here, and we just want to make sure that whoever's coming into that community feels that same warmth that we received.
That is so awesome. Yeah, because starting to run can be intimidating, especially if you never ran before, but you need to just to stay healthy or to just start a hobby or whatever. So tell me, how do you guys show support? Because we actually met at the Glass City Marathon.
We cowbelled you.
Yes, you did. So tell me, how do you guys show support to runners?
That's actually one thing that we've started doing randomly to people, is cowbelling them in the car when they're running on the street. We get some strange looks, but it has come back to...
We have a couple running groups that said, hey, if anyone knows the
people that
cowbelled us, running across the Perrysburg Bridge, and I was like, I think that was us.
I think that was us, and they actually acknowledged it. So that's a little random way, but
random acts of kindness go a long way, especially running. I live off the Chessie Trail, and just our neighborhood's really good about writing chalk messages. just like, you got this, or have a great day, or coloring pictures, and it's just
following up with people if we know they're running a race, or if they're running Boston, calling them out. We sent cheers. There's for Boston and a lot of Boston qualifying races, you can send cheers to people that they'll either get as they're running or at the end of the run. We found out everybody that was from Toledo that was running Boston and sent them all cheers that they got after they were done. So anytime we can volunteer at a race, if we're not running it, we'll either volunteer or we'll show up, like you saw us at Glass City. Any opportunity we have.
Even while we're running too, just the smile and like, hey, you're doing a good job. And we get that because we have some of our friends that run, they'll do that to us. You're doing a great job. And they're like, I am?
Yeah.
It
like,
really,
thanks, as you're trying not to, you're having a rough time, but they don't see that you're struggling. They're really, or they do, and they're trying to push you through, and they do.
Especially with this year's Glass City being so unseasonably hot, especially with the weather beforehand. There were a lot of people struggling. We did see one runner who we found out the next day was fine, but had to go off in an ambulance. And a lot of people we were up at the top of the hill at the end of the half towards the 12 mile. And they were really struggling, and we'd say something to them, they'd kind of start smiling, like, are you smiling going up a hill? And they would just, and they got that little extra push at the end, and I know I would like that, and they seem to all like it too, so.
Oh, you guys are so awesome. Yeah, I remember those signs that you guys were holding. They were funny, and I absolutely love it. So what runs, because you guys run too, what runs are you guys preparing for? right now?
That's a great question. It's funny, a lot of runs that you do are encouraged strictly through peer pressure, and you think it ends after high school, and it just takes on a different form. So actually, Drew and I, because we've been running about 4 years, every year we've come up with our own goals for ourselves, whether that was the first year was to just do a 5K, the next year was to do a 5K a month, last year was a certain amount of miles, and this year we made our goal to do the 25K of the Oak Openings Stampede this fall.
Which is 15 and a half miles.
I was going to say, well, how much is 25K, guys?
And yeah, we make that face every time we tell somebody to. So it's...
and 2 weeks later.
And then 2 weeks later, we're doing a half down in Clearwater, Florida.
Which
so
she can't back out of because we already bought plane
we've
tickets.
got the plane tickets and everything, so we're going. So those are our goals for this year. We're running... other races along the way and whatnot, but for right now, we're training for the big ones here in September and October. So.
And so is it just you guys training together, or do you guys have other runners who you've connected with? Do they run with you? Do they coach you? How does
Oh
that
my gosh,
work?
yes. We have we do a group run at Second Soul on Thursday nights, and that is they run. We all run year round. And that's nice because it's something to keep us consistent. And there's different stores and stuff that do different group runs. That was the one that fit in perfectly at the time because my kids did gymnastics right around the corner. So we started doing that, met the community there, and that is just, we just absolutely adore them. My friend Coop has his Saturday morning run crew, so sometimes we'll go run with him. We had a few friends do the Glass City Half Marathon and Marathon. So there was longer runs sometimes on Saturdays, and
they coach us whether they intend to or not. They could probably bill us for the coaching that they do. We don't have anybody necessarily in official capacity coaching us, as she and I, if one of us is trying to back out, the other one, we know where the other lives, and we just say, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and you're like, okay, and so it's been nice to have the accountability. Neither one of us, we both said to each other, we wouldn't be as far as we are, and that's not saying that we're very far at all, but we wouldn't be doing what we're doing if the other one hadn't said, let's keep going.
But also, you guys aren't just, runners and supporting other runners. Runners can support you guys too. You guys have a lot of cute merch. Mm-hmm. You guys have on some cute things.
Thank you.
How can we get some shirts, and what else are you guys selling?
So we have a run of shirts right now, different colors and styles, and we got one for you.
Thank you. A pink one.
Love it. And we have a couple of tank tops. We've also got some of our cooling towels, which you can, the runners will know these well, especially those that are more elite or distance runners. You soak those in water, and then you can wear those afterwards, and they cool you off.
Or during a run.
Or during the run, and then some stickers and magnets. So we are on social media on Facebook as 4Run9, and Instagram 4Run9 Official, Twitter is 4Run9 Official, TikTok is 4Run9 Official.
No, it's the 4Run9. If it's not 4Run9 Official, it's the 4Run9.
But yeah, we're everywhere on there, and then our link is in the bio of our Instagram. We try and post it with our posts so that people can reach it no matter what platform they're on. But Linktree/4Run9, but Linktree has a period between the R and the E. So it's a little bit of a mouthful, but we try and post it easily for everybody to just say click here, and it's on there. So we have a store open right now. We were lucky enough, and one of the stores was kind enough to let us borrow a table at the expo, so we kind of made an appearance there. And then we've got the store online, and we are always open for people to suggest things that they'd like to see with the 4Run9 logo on it. We know lots of people want to see either different colors or different styles. We're open to all of that. We're not going to necessarily go and custom something for everybody, but we really want to hear what's wanted, because obviously if there's a need to be met, we want to make sure that we're meeting that. So.
And we just want to celebrate our area. Toledo sometimes gets a bad rap for things, but Toledo has beautiful trails to run on, streets, maybe not streets, paths to run on. We have a beautiful art museum, the Metro Parks, the Mud Hens, the Walleye, the zoo. I just ran Dart Frog Dash, which was through the
at the zoo
and through the streets of South Toledo. And
but we're making our way, Toledo, is where we're at and the main hub of everything, but we're really hoping to branch out.
Anyone with the area code 419, you guys are supporting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Even if you don't
Well,
have
and
it.
even, and what's funny at the expo, what's neat about the Glass City Marathon is because it's a Boston qualifier, we get people traveling in from all sorts of places.
Well, ladies, is there anything else that you guys want to get to that we didn't get to that you think is important for viewers to know?
Bust out your cowbells, support those runners, give them a smile, a wave. If you want to join us cheering, come cheer with us, come run with us.
If you don't think you can run, or you've always wanted to, or you don't run unless something's chasing you, that's how I started. We really, it really just takes kind of plugging yourself in, because once you're plugged into the community, then they don't let you get out. So you've got built-in accountability, and it's just really fun to kind of meet people from all walks of life, no pun intended.
Well, you ladies are great, and the runners appreciate you. I appreciate you. You guys make me want to run. So thank you so much for stopping in.
Thank you
so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
And you couldn't come run with us anytime.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Thank you.
For sure.
What's Happening Toledo? We'll be right back after this.